joining me now to discuss the World Series and what's next for the Blue Jays. This is Ryan Paton with Sirius XM Radio. Ryan, good afternoon. Is your hangover from that loss Saturday night, is that gone yet?
No, I was actually thinking that it's the hangover without the headache. That's the only part of the hangover that doesn't happen right now. Everything else, I feel nauseous still. No, this is, it was one of those games and one of those moments that you'll never forget. I've been privileged, and I know you have and others have as well, to be part in watching some incredible moments in sports history. And to see the agony of defeat, the joy of winning and the agony of defeat, those two parts to that Game 7 are exactly what happened in that. The Jays were 2 outs away. And then as we see what happened in the 9th, and then we see what happened in the 11th, and they end up winning that World Series. So, yeah, I can speak on behalf of the city and on the country. I'm gutted. It'll take a long time for everything to get back to normal, if you will. And certainly the hangover is going to last quite a while here.
Okay, so Ryan, as a sports analyst, what happened with Game 7? Your thoughts?
Yeah, it can be summed up like this, to be honest. This team left 22 men on base in Game 6 and 7, 14 left on base in Game 7. And when you do that, you're not going to win. And it was such a tough and rough time for the Jays to have that happen, because that's not how they operated. For the entire series, for the entire season, if push came to shove, this team, if they were down or if there were men on base, they would more than likely get at least 1 or 2 in. But they just could not find it in the game that mattered the most. So did the Dodgers beat them? Yes, they did. But sadly, the Jays kind of beat themselves because they couldn't push runners across, especially in the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th innings, and even in the 10th and through the 11th. So unfortunate way to go, because this team played extraordinarily well, and I believe, and I know I speak on behalf of everybody too, they deserved a lot better.
Well, Ryan, speaking of, we have to talk about the series overall.
Yeah. This series, to me, it's one of the greatest I've ever seen. Game 7 was probably the greatest game that I've ever seen. And the series that I'll remember most about this is not the fact that it went to Game 7, not the fact that there were 2 great teams playing against each other. It's the fact that the Blue Jays went from last in the AL East to 2 outs away from winning the World Series in a Game 7. And it's how they did it. I said this to you last week. This is a team that was dedicated, hardworking. Everybody can relate to them in some way. I have not seen a team like this in probably my lifetime, whether it's hockey or baseball, football, whatever it is, where everybody can relate to them. And to a man, they were in tears after the game, because they realized that not only is this a series that's done and the season's done, but now you can't hang out with people you love. It's the family, and the whole country and the whole city rallied around this group as a family. The series, one of the greatest of all time, if not the best in baseball history. And again, just too bad the Jays were inches away from claiming that first World Series since 1993.
And Ryan, as the saying goes, there's always next year. So what is next for the Jays?
Yeah, that's a great question. Free agency starts this week. There's a bunch of players on the team, a lot of pitchers: Chris Bassett, Max Scherzer, to name just 2, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Shane Bieber as well has a player option for 2026. I don't think he'll exercise that, so he will be probably a free agent. So the pitching staff may look a lot different. As for the players, the biggest name is Bo Bichette. He doesn't have a contract for next season. He said after the game, and he maintained from day one, he wants to stay in Toronto. I'm not so sure that he will do that. I'd love to see it happen. The amount of money that the team's going to have to give him is going to be quite a lot. The term, maybe 7 years, 8, something like that. So there's some holes that will need to be filled, especially in the pitching staff, and some other guys too. They're going to arbitration as well. So they can negotiate with the team if they can't come to terms on an agreement, like a Dalton Varsho and an Ernie Clement, which, by the way, Ernie, I think, should be given the key to the city. The guy's just amazing. Then they go to an arbitrator to finally come to terms on a deal. So some changes will be made, hopefully not a ton, because I'd love to see this team come back as much as they can intact to make another run next season.
All right, Ryan Paton with Sirius XM Radio. Thanks a lot for making time for us today.